Hello everyone, Absent Friend here, and today we are going... Lucifer, what are you doing? Where did you... Give me that! No! Bad kitty! Go on! If I seem out of sorts, it's because I'm cat sitting, while his owners are getting ready for a fabulous ball at the castle. I don't know much about it, except that the lady of the house is the sinister, envious, and very cruel Lady Tremaine.
Girl! It's her fault, Mother!
Above all, self-control.
Yours!
In this video, we will be looking at all of the cards in Lady Tremaine's deck with a few tips on how to play them, or not play them, as the case may be. We will also be looking at Lady Tremaine's Fate deck for anyone who may want some tips and tricks on how to effectively keep her from winning the game. Before we begin, be sure to subscribe to this channel and ring that bell to be alerted when new episodes are available. To win as Lady Tremaine, she must marry Drusilla or Anastasia to the prince. Good luck with that. Have you seen those Lucifer, quit scratching that couch! Let's start with the allies. She has a total of 5. Well, actually 3. Going alphabetically, let's start with Anastasia and Drusilla. These two lovely ladies both cost 1 power to play and have 1 strength. The strength is irrelevant since Lady Tremaine cannot vanquish heroes. Play both of these ladies as soon as possible to the castle to start them as close to the ballroom as possible. They can't actually go into the ballroom unless they are wearing... Wait. I've always wanted to do this. Ball gown. Ball gown. Is this thing on? Oh, forget it. Well, that's what you get. No, that's not a cat toy. Well, anyway, ball gown Anastasia and ball gown Drusilla. These fancy dress girls cost 2 power to play and have a useless strength of 2. To play either of these, Lady Tremaine must discard the plain dress version from the realm and replace it with the ball gown form. As soon as either of these are played, get them into the ballroom stat. And for her last ally, Rucife. This adorable little cat from hell costs 3 power to play and has another useless strength of 3. But whenever a hero and Rucife are in the same location, that hero gets a trapped token which negates their abilities. This card should be played immediately and moved around to keep heroes' abilities trapped. Remember, the only hero that cannot be trapped is Ball Gown Cinderella. Lucifer, get off that table! Get off that table! That's what I thought. That's it for her allies. Now let's move on to her items. She has a total of 4, starting with the key. This handy item costs 2 power to play, and when played, Lady Tremaine will move Cinderella to her room and place a trapped token on her. When she activates the key, she may move any hero to Cinderella's room and place a trapped token on them. This is very handy for getting heroes off the music room and or castle locations and trapping them. Play this card as soon as possible. Next item up for bids is Lady Tremaine's cane. This trippy stick costs 2 power to play, and when activated, Lady Tremaine will remove 1 glass slipper from the realm. This card is very important to her objective since the glass slippers will keep her from winning the game. So play this card immediately and keep it ready for use. Next, Invitation from the King. For the cost of 3 power, Lady Tremaine will be able to unlock the ballroom and continue with her objective. She may also activate this item to look at the top 2 cards of her Fate deck, then discard 1 and return the other. This is very useful for discarding very annoying Fate cards. Stay tuned when we explore the Fate deck to see which Fate cards are the best candidates for discarding. And her last item is Wedding Bells. This card is essential to Lady Tremaine's objective and costs 4 power to play. It can only be activated when the prince and one of the ball gown daughters are in the ballroom and when there are no glass slippers in the realm. Once it is successfully activated, Lady Tremaine wins the game. Cycle through that villain deck for both the invitation and the wedding bells and get them out in the realm fast. Before we move on to the effects, let's talk about where to play all Lady Tremaine's items. The best place is in the music room. But why is that? Because Lady Tremaine should also play Lucifer here to keep a certain rodent from discarding important items from the realm. Since this is pretty much the centralized location in the realm, it will be easy to move the cat back and forth to trap those pesky heroes. Okay, now it's time for... What is that cat doing? Are you done now? I guess not. Okay, I think he stopped for the moment. Let's hurry up and move on to the effects. She has a total of 15. 4, there's still a chance. 3, I said if. 3, trapped. 2, I never go back on my word. 2, you little thief. And 1, midnight. First up, there's still a chance. For the cost of 2 power, Lady Tremaine can use a move ally / item action or an activate action. At the beginning of the game, this card is useless, so discard them quick to cycle the deck and get to those objective allies and items. During the end game, this card is very handy to give Lady Tremaine an extra action to get her closer to victory. Next, I said if. Also for the cost of 2 power, this effect will allow Lady Tremaine to shuffle her discard pile back into her villain deck. This card is only handy if something important had been discarded earlier, like the ball gown daughters or an important item. Otherwise, just discard it. Next, trapped. For 1 power, Lady Tremaine may place a trap token on any hero in the realm. This can be very handy if Lucifer or the key hasn't appeared yet. Otherwise, get rid of it. Lucifer, if you don't stop running around this house, I'm going to trap you. Now, do you want some food? All right, give me a minute and I'll feed you. I said in a minute. Don't you talk back to me. Next, I never go back on my word. For 2 power, Lady Tremaine can shuffle her Fate discard pile back into her Fate deck. Depending on what is in the Fate discard pile, this card can be quite useful, especially in the endgame to avoid some of the really bad Fate cards. Then she can look at the top 4 Fate cards and replace them in any order. That part makes this card even more powerful, as Lady Tremaine will be able to plan ahead for the next 2 Fate actions. Next, you little thief. With this free-to-play effect, Lady Tremaine can defeat Cinderella or ball gown Cinderella instantly. Obviously, only play this if either Cinderella form is in the realm. Otherwise, toss it. And her last effect, Midnight. This effect costs a whopping 4 power to play, and with it, Lady Tremaine can defeat all heroes in her realm. If she does, she must find and play both glass slippers. Only play this if her realm is littered with heroes and she has her cane to be able to remove the glass slippers. It's a good idea to keep as many cards in the Fate deck as possible to avoid constantly being hit by the Fate effects that can really hurt the objective. Well, that does it for all the cards that Lady Tremaine can play during her turn. Now, let's look at her conditions. She has a total of 6. 2 locked up, 2 and one more thing, and 2 vicious practical jokes. First, locked up. When another villain takes a vanquish action, Lady Tremaine can play this card and may trap any hero in her realm. Unless this card can be played right away, just get rid of it. The next condition is, and one more thing. If another villain uses a discard action during their turn, Lady Tremaine can play this card and discard any number of cards she wishes and draw back up to 4 cards. If it's at the beginning of the game, hang on to this card and use it to help cycle the deck quickly and get to those objective cards. And her last condition is vicious practical jokes. Whenever another villain targets Lady Tremaine with a fate action, she may play this card and then she gets to choose which fate card to play and where instead of the Fator. This has got to be the best card in the deck. Hang on to this and use it whenever a fate comes her way. Speaking of the fate deck, let's check it out and see how we can keep Lady Tremaine from winning the game. As always, we start with the heroes. First up, the Prince. When he is revealed, he must be played to the ballroom, even if it is locked. Since he is not a hero, he cannot ever be defeated, moved, or trapped. He will eventually show up, so just accept the inevitable. Next, Bruno. When this 3-strength Poochie is played or moved, he can move Lucifer to his location. Play him to Cinderella's room to move Lucifer there as well, which will also cover up the move ally/item action and make it more difficult for Lady Tremaine to move Lucifer back. If Lucifer is not on the board, play the other fate card or use him to cover actions. Next, Gus. This tubby little mouse has a strength of 1, and when he is in the realm, all Lady Tremaine's actions cost +2 more power to play. Keep him in the realm and make it more difficult for Lady Tremaine to get her items out and also to cover actions. Next, Jacques. The other mouse in the deck also has a strength of 1, and when he is played or moved, the Fator must discard 1 item from his new location. This card can be very devastating to Lady Tremaine's goal if he discards either her cane or wedding bells. Keep him in the realm and use fate effects to keep him moving and untrapped. Next, Fairy Godmother. This marvelous lady has 4 strength, and when she is played, the Fator will find and play Ball Gown Cinderella. When she is in play, Lady Tremaine can no longer move allies. This is another very powerful fate card that can greatly hinder Lady Tremaine's objective. Keep her out and untrapped as much as possible. Next, Cinderella, the titular character. She has 2 strength, and while she is in the realm, all of Lady Tremaine's effects cost +2 more power, but she cannot be played if Ball Gown Cinderella is in the realm. Even though that isn't that detrimental to the villain goals, Cinderella must be in the realm to be able to play the next and final hero, Ball Gown Cinderella. She also has 2 strength, and while she is in play, no allies may enter the ballroom. She is the only hero that cannot be trapped. When she is defeated, both glass slippers must be found and play them. Also, Ball Gown Cinderella can only be played if plain Cinderella is in the realm or if the Fairy Godmother played her. This is a great card to cover actions and keep those pesky daughters out of the ballroom. Before we move on, let's talk about how to effectively cover Lady Tremaine's actions. First, cover her discard action to make her deck cycling more difficult. Then, cover her gain 2 power action, and finally, cover her move ally/item action. Now let's look at her fate items. She has only 2. Glass slippers. Both of these do not get attached to a hero and must be played to the location specified on the card. While these very fragile shoes are out, Lady Tremaine cannot win the game. Keep them out in the realm as much as possible. And now for her fate effects. She has a total of 6. 3 Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo and 3 Sweet Nightingale. First up, Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo. With this effect, the Fator may remove a trap token from any hero and then move that same hero to a new location. Use this to untrap Jacques and move him to discard more items. Otherwise, use this to untrap other powerful heroes and move them to better places on the board, preferably away from Lucifer. Yes, I said your name, didn't I? And her other fate effect, Sweet Nightingale. This effect lets the Fator move an ally to any location. Listen carefully. Move those daughters to Cinderella's room. Just do it. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope everyone found this video informative and maybe even picked up a few pointers on how to better play Lady Tremaine or even play against Lady Tremaine. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a like and don't forget to subscribe. Keep watching this channel for more Disney Villainous guides. But before we go, let me know in the comments which Disney Villainous villain is your favorite to play. I'm your absent friend, signing off. Ow! All right, I'll feed you. Dang.